On today's video, as you can see, I am hands-free. Well, almost hands-free. I've got this remote in my hand and it says MGI, and that's because we've got the brand new MGI Zip Navigator GPS Plus Edition. This thing packs an incredible punch of usefulness, of technology, and of innovation. And I'm gonna show you everything this thing can do as I play 3 holes of golf here at the beautiful Carrollwood Country Club. And do make sure you stay to the end because I am going to give you my vision of the future of golf technology, and this family of carts I think is going to play a big role in that. First thing we're gonna do here is unbox it. This has to be the heaviest thing that I have ever reviewed here on the channel. All right, let's open it. First thing we're gonna find here is my invoice, and this might be the best part because I've had golf carts on this show. When they first came out, you know, they were around the $2,500 mark, that sort of thing. This one is only $18.99 at MSRP. And while that sounds like a big number off the top, if I do the math and I think about all the cart fees I have to pay at my local course, once I use this, let's say over the course of a season, I've pretty much paid back my investment. And $18.99 I think is a really strong price for the upgrades that they've done here with the GPS enabled MGI Zip. So here we go. As you can see, it folds down pretty small. I mean, this box will easily fit in back of my truck, but even in any car's trunk or something like that. We've got a wheel here. We've got the second wheel here. We've got the AC adapter cable there. Inside this box, we've got a front wheel. Inside this box, we've got a second front wheel. So 4 wheels are gonna make this super stable. My push cart, for instance, only comes with 3, but having that 4th wheel is gonna make this an extremely stable unit. We're gonna put it to the test out on the golf course. On this side, we've got the AC adapter itself. So literally it's a 2-piece mechanism. We'll plug this into this, and then we've got the unit. As you can see, I picked that up with one hand. So it's heavy. It's heavy, but it's not like extremely heavy. The battery is here in its own separate box as well. A couple of other things they've included here in the box. You've got some adapters. So you've got a cell phone adapter, looks like an umbrella holder, and I believe a cup holder as well. Some companies make you buy that stuff separately. That kind of stinks. Here's the cell phone holder. It's nice that they include it. By the way, according to the invoice, this unit is 51 pounds, the whole thing. So you're gonna need a little bit of strength, but like I said, not crazy. I've felt worse. I think I've had one on this show that was like 75 pounds, and that is pretty crazy. One thing that's nice about this battery is you have this little indicator here to tell you if it's on or off, and as you can see, that is sliding to engage it into the unit. There's the remote in this nice little pouch. You've also got your instruction booklet. Now I love the fact that you can see here, all the little points where you're going to fold this and unfold this are very clear. So this one says push up, so I'm gonna push that up. I can bring this all the way to the top. Once you take the little handlebar out and you've pulled this back, you can see this part goes along with it, this front portion that's gonna hold the bottom of your golf bag, and it's all interconnected. Very, very cool. MGI has really considered the ergonomics of this thing and really improved on the last MGI Zip Navigator I tried here. Getting the wheels on, very simple as well. You got a little button here to push, and it lines right up with a couple of pins sticking out here, and you're just gonna slide them right on there. Now we're in place with the back wheel. We'll get the front wheels on. Little button here to put these front wheels on as well. Just depress it as you slide the front wheel in, and it will lock right into place. Pop the battery in, turn it on, and we are good to go. The big improvement here with the GPS edition here is this LCD screen. I'm gonna take the nice wrapping off. And once we fire this baby up, we're gonna see something pretty fun. And so check this out. On screen here, we've got all of the golf courses nearby, and I am playing today Cypress. And it's gonna ask, what tee box are we playing? I'm playing white. We're gonna go low here, and as you can see, I've got a nice map, an overview of this hole here to see exactly where my landing point needs to be. This is all touchscreen, by the way. How much I've got to get past the fairway there, which is 277. That ain't gonna happen today. I'll be somewhere around here, and that's gonna be my aim point. If I do that, I'm gonna have about a 100-yard shot into the green. That is the plan. Let's see if we can pull it off. First swing of the day, because No range here. They're fixing the range at Carolwood. And the first swing is not so great. So we're gonna get to see how this thing does out of the rough. Now, controlling this cart could not be easier because you have this nice little remote included. And as you can see, if you ever played a video game or if you ever had an RC car, it's about as easy as pushing a couple buttons to get this thing to work. And looks like speed 10 here is about my normal walking pace. So very cool that you got the controls built in there to do that. If you wanna stop this thing, like you're heading towards the water or some sand you don't wanna be in, this red button here on top is your kind of emergency shut-off switch, like that, and you can see it comes right to a dead stop. One thing that I really love about MGI's golf carts is the fact that these are so stable, all right? I've had carts where they've actually fallen over, tipped over, that sort of thing. Never had that happen with an MGI. They just build them right, and it's so important. You're gonna spend this kind of money on something, it's gotta work 100% of the time, and it's gotta protect your valuable golf clubs. How does it do through the rough, going up hills and things like that? Well, we'll continue to test, but so far, so good. It's wet out here, it's a dewy morning, and the rough is actually up quite a bit as well, and this thing powers right through. All right, so here's our ball in the rough here, and as you can see on the screen, I've got basically a middle pin, and you've got front, middle, back distances here. So 137 is the number from here. I'm up about 3-4 yards there. So let's call it 133. It's gonna be a pitching wedge. Let's hope the second shot's a little better than the first, huh? Yeah, it is. That is good. It only takes one good shot a hole to score well in golf. Now that little button I just pressed here is going to track our shot distance. So if you want to know how far you hit a club, the MGI Zip Navigator GPS edition is going to be able to give you a really good idea of how to gap your bag. I'm a little past the hole here, and as you can see, I hit it 144. Tricky little downhill right to left breaking putt here. Oh. Yeah, not my best effort. Oh, I would not want to have a bogey on the first hole after hitting a shot that good. So we escape. Now, the other thing that the Zip Navigator can do here is actually keep score for you right on screen. So you don't have to be breaking out a pencil and a scorecard or anything like that. Down here, you've got a pencil. It's a digital pencil. This system automatically recognizes your handicap. Yes, that's true. I am a 3.5. So now it's going to ask us what our score was. It defaults to a par there, but of course if I had a birdie I could go back, that sort of thing. But I did have a par. I did have 2 putts. I missed the fairway right, and now I can hit save here, and we are in. Super quick, super simple. You can do it as you're walking. I can't do it as I'm walking because I'm holding a camera, but you could do it as you're walking, so it's not gonna slow you up in any ways. I know sometimes I do these technology reviews and people are like, oh, that's gonna make a 5-hour round, something like that. In general, technology speeds up our rounds. Watches, rangefinders, carts like this is gonna speed up your round. In fact, you can play golf quicker with a cart like this than you could in a golf cart or a buggy, because you don't have to walk to the tee box, you don't have to walk back from the green, that sort of thing. You can go directly to where you're going. All right, I've got a hill here. Let's see how we navigate this going up and down. There aren't too many hills on this course, but here's one that's kind of steep. On a hill, I would recommend you kind of slow it down just a little bit, because it's better to be safe than sorry. And it's nice, you can always kind of grip this with one hand or 2 hands if you're not holding a camera, and navigate that as well. A little tricky spot there, no problem. Like I said, super, super stable, this MGI series of golf carts. Another thing I like about the MGI is that it's not jerky. Some of these golf carts really whip right and left when you push a button, or if they're trying to adjust to following you. This one's not. It's nice and smooth, both coming to a stop and going right or left. Nice and smooth, and it wants to get back to straight. All right, so it makes that little move to the left, and then it wants to straighten out very quickly. So it's not like pulling you too far. It just makes it so simple. It's the little things that make exceptional technology so good to me, in my eyes. And that's how you can really distinguish quality. It's just those fine details. This one seems to get it right.
Now don't forget, if you're looking to buy this GPS edition or any of the MGI Zip Navigator
carts that are available, or just any golf tech in general, make sure to check out my friends playbetter.com, who have the best prices on the internet. They have the best customer service in the business with free shipping across the continental United States, a hassle-free money-back guarantee, and literally the best customer service in the business. If you have any questions, they're always happy to help. It's a family-owned business, not some giant corporation, which I love, and you've got real people to deal with. I'm gonna leave some links down in the description to check them out. All right, going up a side hill here. Again, no problem. Very, very stable unit. And if you need even more stability, MGI's built that in as well. So I'm not on a super hilly course, so I don't have it on right now, but there is a little wheel, a fifth wheel that you can kick out and actually use it, especially if you're going straight up a hill. It's going to stabilize this even more. So you guys that are in the mountains of North Carolina, you're in Colorado, you're out west, maybe you're in the UK, something like that, and it's hilly, you're gonna wanna have that fifth wheel out, but I don't need it out here. As you can see, this hole is 519 to the center from these tees that I'm playing here today. It's real straight away, so I just gotta hit a straight one and stay out of the trees. There is a bunker right here, about 230 out, that I gotta think about, so I'm gonna try to keep it a little right side of the fairway. All right, par 5 here. Let's see if we can hit a little better drive off the tee. I think it should be good. Middle of the club face at least. Now this screen can connect to your cell phone as well via Bluetooth, and right now I'm getting notifications right on the screen, so you can get text messages. Any pop-up you'd normally get on your phone, you can get here on the cart, so you don't miss anything. I personally would recommend you turn that feature off, because I like to be out here. I don't like to be distracted. I like to just play my golf and not think about work or any of that kind of stuff, so I turn it off, but it's there if you want it. All right, we're in a good spot here. Just gonna advance it here with a 5-iron, get us into position for our third shot. That was just absolutely awful. Luckily, I made that mistake on a par 5, and maybe we can get away with it again here if we hit a good third shot in, but we're gonna have a long way out. All right, let's talk battery life with this, because I know that's a big question. So you will be able to get 2 full rounds out of the MGI Zip Navigator GPS. 36 holes is what they claim, and I've noticed with the previous model of the MGI Zip Navigator battery, it holds up for a long time. It's not like my Tesla that seems to deplete more and more all the time. And you've got a full 3-year warranty in case anything happens with this thing. Now, if you do ever happen to run out of battery with the MGI Zip Navigator, it's not the end of the world. You can, in fact, pull the wheels out to a second position and just literally use this as a push cart, which is really nice. And if you don't want to use the remote, or if you lose the remote, God forbid, you can simply use the button here on the base and push that button, and you can see it'll start going on its own. The more you hit this button, by the way, the faster it will go. This is reverse, of course, left and right. So you can control it just simply by walking with it and using these buttons. As you can see, I've got 169 to the middle, so we're gonna hit a 7-iron here. All right, let's talk price of this cart. It's obviously not cheap. Nothing like this is going to be cheap, but at $1,899, I think this is actually of value. And you can do the math. What does it cost you to play normally with a cart? $60, $80, that sort of thing. Or if you belong to a club like here at Carrollwood, I've got a cart fee that's $24 every time I go out. You can do the math to kind of see how many rounds is it going to take you to recoup that investment. But I really do think that this is not only an investment in saving money on cart fees, but it's an investment in yourself. A lot of you have noted that I've lost a ton of weight on this channel over the last year. And yes, I'm down 50 pounds. And we're gonna do a video soon about how I did that and all the things I was doing and all the technology I've been using. But a big part of it was just simply walking. As you know, I like to walk on this show. It's good for your heart. And you can't put a price tag on adding a couple more years to your life being in shape. So the cost of this thing is not always completely black and white. All right, we're off the green here, we're chipping. Let's see if I can make it happen. Go, 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 go. All right, 5 feet here to save par. Oh, hit the hole, hit the hole. I deserved a bogey there because I didn't hit one very good shot. So we're heading to a par 3. Hopefully we make it up real quick. All right, another bumpy part of the course here. We're going downhill, back uphill, back downhill. There's all kinds of cypress roots and things like this. In fact, let me get this right into the cypress roots and we'll stress test this thing. Ooh, big roots, big roots. No problem, all different types of terrain. Not a problem, super stable. If you're anything like me, you've got to wonder how fast is the MGI Zip Navigator GPS Edition. Now, since I don't have a radar gun in my bag, the only way that I know how to find out is an old-fashioned foot race. So let's see how far this thing can go, and let's see if we can beat it. I gave it a head start here. We're going full speed in the rough. So it's gonna get faster once we hit the fairway here. Woo! Went off the rails a little bit there. All right, we're about to hit the fairway. And we'll see just how fast this thing can go. I'd say like 6 miles an hour there in the rough. Oh, it's picking up speed. It's hot on my heels here. I'll tell you one thing. This thing can go for a lot longer than me. I'm a sprinter, but I am not an endurance racer. I would say 7 miles per hour is how far the MGI Zip Navigator can go. This is like patting your stomach and rubbing your head. Trying to hold the camera, control the cart, and talk to you guys as well. Now, if you notice the bag on this cart, this is a bag that MGI has just rolled out as well. It fits in perfectly, so you've got a nice stable attachment to the cart itself. I use a stand bag most often, and I have trouble with carts like these, even just regular walking carts. It always wants to kick out the kickstands, and they've actually got a solution for that too, because there's a part you can buy if you have a hoofer bag or a stand bag. You can literally place it down there in the base and make it stable, but it's nice to have this very high quality bag. Love the materials, plenty of pockets, and plenty of storage inside. Actually, let's enter our score there. I missed it, so we'll go back here to hole 2. I had a bogey, unfortunately. I should have had 1 putt, but it was 2 putts. And I was in the fairway, so we'll hit save there. We've got 157 here to finish it off and hopefully find a little piece of glory. Actually, it's a front pin, so it's saying 141 to the front. So I'm gonna hit about a 145 shot, hopefully. I'm gonna go pitching wedge here. Now, after I hit this shot, we're gonna talk about that vision of the future that I mentioned, and I'll tell you what I think is coming down the road for these things. Very tough pin position, but I'm taking an aggressive line because we need that birdie. And I think we've got ourselves a birdie crack, probably about 8-10 feet there. That was good. All right, so I teased it in the beginning of this video, but where do I think that this technology is going? Obviously, we have follow carts. We've also got things like the Garmin S70, the Artco system. ShotScope has incredible technology. These things can be a virtual caddy for you. So we've got something that carries your bags. We've got something that can help you choose your clubs, which still blows my mind. I think we're gonna see a convergence here in the next couple of years. I think that's the next step in this technology. There's 2 ways they can do it. Literally, the AI in something like this will start to know your game and have a pretty good idea where you hit it, especially if they can put a little camera on the front of this thing and have it act almost like a launch monitor. They'll have a really good idea of where it goes. Or you could have a little RFID chip inside the ball. This cart pulls right up next to the ball, tells you what club you should hit, and you're on your merry way. So I think we're gonna have a full autonomous caddy here on our hands by 2027. That's my prediction. We'll see if it comes true. And you'll have to watch this show, I guess, to either rub in my face because it didn't or to congratulate me. So make sure you hit subscribe here and we'll see if it does. Guys, I've got my best crack of the day here. That GPS distance was spot on. I'm pin high, 8 feet. Let's see if we can get back to even par before we finish this video. This pin position, probably the hardest one on this whole hole because you got to carry water. This is a little kind of curve out of the hole. It's difficult to get at, front pin. So just to be here is nice, but it'll be nicer if this goes in the hole. No. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll hit subscribe, share it with your friends. Again, you can buy one of these at playbetter.com, our sponsor, and I'll catch you back here next time on another edition of Let's Play Through.